let's go back to SABC senior political reporter Samkele Maseko, who's been covering that two-day visit of the former ANC President Thabo Mbeki to the Free State. He'd basically said there that if the governing party collapses, the country would be ungovernable. Samkele, a very good evening to you. Thanks indeed for your time. So basically, the former ANC president saying that there's a crisis of quality political leadership. South Africa is in a crisis. What else did he say?
Essentially, Griselda, former President Thabo Mbeki and President of the ANC, says that there is a crisis in South Africa. It's an economic crisis that is also prevalent in the state of state-owned enterprises in the country. He went on further to say that if the ANC collapses, then it would mean that the country would be ungovernable. These are some of the utterances that he's also made previously in provinces such as KwaZulu-Natal, where he's also addressed the Provincial Executive Committee of that particular province. He's made similar utterances in the Eastern Cape as well, and has come to the Free State to make those utterances, and also saying that the ANC in the Free State province and in the country at large needs to rid itself of the personality cults that have dominated ANC politics over the past years or so, over the past decade, going on further to say that everything that is wrong in the ANC that is seen here in the Free State is not a unique Free State province. It cuts across the country nationally.
If it cuts across the country nationally within the party, where you talk about personality cults, is there an appreciation on the ground for some of the messages that are being shared by the former president of the country and the former president of the ANC? Because the ANC itself clearly does acknowledge that some of what it is addressing now, including those personality cults and some of the challenges that it's facing of disunity, is what has cost it in the past election.
Griselda, the former president in essence goes back to what has been happening in the ANC in the past few months since the January 8 statement, where Stanley Chupumantabata, the provincial chairperson of the ANC in Limpopo, at the January 8 celebration said that they support Cyril Ramaphosa for a second term. You've got the likes of Tala, who's the regional secretary of Skukune, Oscar Mabuyane, who's also come onto the bandwagon to say they support Cyril Ramaphosa for a second term, saying that the ANC is falling into a trap of who will lead the ANC come December in their 55th National Conference. Mbeki is essentially saying that the ANC should put in abeyance their squabbles of who will lead the party, because South Africans are less interested on who will become the ANC president, the deputy president of the ANC, the secretary general, and all these other positions that the ANC will have up for grabs at the December conference, but they are more concerned about the fixing of potholes, making sure that there is electricity provision, making sure that there is quality drinkable water that is rolled out within the country, making sure that they've got decent housing, making sure that they've got service delivery where they stay. And that should be some of the issues that preoccupy the ANC leadership day in and day out, as opposed to the petty squabbles that are currently taking place in the country. And he even went further to say, what is this that ANC leaders are doing in pronouncing this and this for second term? Olisi Tukwane, for provincial chairperson of the ANC in the Free State province, saying that is deviating from the core business of the day of getting the country out of the economic crisis that it's in, which is seen by the escalating numbers of youth unemployment and unemployment generally across the country, with the high numbers of poverty, inequality that is also escalating in the country.
Is that finally, Samkele, message filtering to the ground again? In particular, because I guess then where to next also for the ANC president and the former president of the country?
In essence, former President Mbeki is saying that the ANC needs to sort its affairs out. It owes that much to the country, because if it implodes, that would mean the country would be ungovernable. He also goes further to say that he sometimes doubts if there is quality political leadership in the country, not only in the ANC, but across all political formations in the country, to get the country out of this crisis that it's in. But in saying that he is very happy with the state State of the Nation address of President Ramaphosa in saying that the private sector and government must work in collaboration to rid the country of the current economic crisis that it faces, in saying that as we speak right now, business and the private sector are meeting in these 100 days that the president has sworn that they will produce a proper document that will move the country's economic trajectory forward to make sure that they alleviate the triple challenges that are facing the people of South Africa, and to make sure that business invest that 1 trillion rands that they promised to invest in this new social economic compact that was discussed from 2020 when the COVID-19 pandemic ravaged the South African economy.
Samkele Maseko, live from Bloemfontein in the Free State, of course, following that 2-day visit by the ANC President, former ANC President, as well as the former President of the country, Thabo Mbeki, to the ANC, there preaching unity and renewal of the party.